What kind of comes to mind when we think of forests? And for many people it's buildings and urbanization and more houses and work in construction. And you know, if you're investing in the market, you're thinking about, okay, the real estate market is improving. And if you're an environmentalist or a sustainable person, you're thinking about, oh my God, the level of deforestation that's happening associated with the use of the destruction of these forests. And you're thinking about things like some of these are really old growth forests, you know, 500 to 1,000 years old, and you're thinking about walking through the forest. But you know, I think virtually nobody thinks about soil and litter in those forests. We forget that in one handful of rich organic soil is a diversity that rivals that of a coral reef. You know, we live on the rooftops of a hidden world. You look at soil, you forget that in that handful you've got hundreds of kilometers of different species of fungi, different types of fungi. You've got bacteria, viruses, the bacteria that are associated with plants like that are in the rhizosphere, that are essential for nitrogen trapping, and the bacteria that produce antibiotics. And we forget about that there's hundreds of species of nematodes. Earthworms, of course, the animals that feed on earthworms, the planarians, and extraordinary arthropods, just like hundreds of different species in you know, 10, 20 different taxonomic clades that are found in a small volume of soil. And to the extent that soil is considered one of the last great biological frontiers in research. Now, what are all of those animals doing? They're all playing in what's called the detritus food web. They're all, just as you would find if you walked out to the forest and you were looking above the soil, you would see grazers, you would see browsers, you would see predators, you would see animals that are shredding plant material, and all of this interplay is going on in what is called the detritus food web. So we have the animals and the fungi and bacteria feeding on the plant roots, on the fungi, on decaying leaves, all the way up to the top predators, the cheetahs of the soil system, the centipedes and some of the mites. Now you'll say, why should we care about this? I mean, you know, what's the big deal? Well, you know, we forget that the surface of the land surface, is only 21% of the planet's surface. All the rest is oceans. So we really have a very, you know, 21%. So basically a fifth of our planet is land. And at present, humans use 42%, about 42% of the productivity of that land. I mean, that's quite extraordinary. And at least 20% of that surface is degraded, either in pollution, urbanization, etc., etc. So this soil biodiversity is, of course, soils by themselves are being affected, the soil biodiversity is being affected. This soil biodiversity contributes to nutrient cycling, it contributes to decomposition, it contributes to services such as providing food. So many people in the world eat soil animals. It contributes to biochemical resources. So many of in fact all of our antibiotics come from soil, come originally from soil. It contributes to genetic resources, and it contributes to the sustaining services such as mediating climate change, helping to purify our water. These are essential services for human sustainability, for human well-being. As a colleague of mine would say, kiss the ground you walk on.